Hey guys, it's Zumpr here with my very first top 10 on the channel. This top 10 is based off of, I don't know if you guys saw this, but my N64 collection update video. Well, I guess I didn't really have an N64 collection in the first place. So it was like a collection video based on, just showing what games I had. I think maybe at the end of the year, I might do another one just in case I get any more games, you know, you can see it updated. It was for like, game selection for LPs and game selection for like top 10s, because my rule is that the only way a game can be on the top 10 is if it's on if I have the cartridge. And so it's good to see those so people can be like, oh, you have it, so it makes sense. And so this, I do want to make sure everybody knows, of course, this is my opinion, but it's not really a joke video, but there are a lot of games that like nobody really knows about. And this video, since it's based off of that collection thing, it's a lot of these games are a lot of like nostalgic things. Maybe not actual good qualities in the games, but I played the game as a kid and it was fun. I still kind of like it now, so it got a spot on this list. Some games that I have that you won't see on this list: Smash Bros. Isn't on this list. Mario Kart, I didn't have it then, but Super Mario 64, GoldenEye. Those games won't be on the list, and so, man, I get this like a weird chill. Sorry, my body's like shaking, I don't know. But yeah, lots of games that maybe I've talked about, maybe I haven't. I'm just gonna nod my head like this all the time. So, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Another thing is that there will be a top 10 games of 2017 at the end of the year, and that's going to be more serious. And it may not be. There may be a game in here that I just really like, so, yeah, that's about it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys there. Bye. Racing game on this list? What? Both of these games bring a lot of nostalgia to my heart. I couldn't decide which one I liked more, so they tied. I used to play Nascar 99 with Anderson quite a bit, and those times were awesome experiences. The fact that there are no items in this game make it to where only with your racing prowess can you win, which requires many risky movements in order to pass opponents and go for the gold. I also love Micro Machines, because Vladimir, Zenios, and I had great times messing around with this game. Both games are very colorful and exciting, which is one thing that I enjoy the most in N64 games, or any game really. These games are the most popular games, especially since one is a sports game, but they are really good games, which is why they make the list instead of also very great games like Super Mario 64. Also, nostalgia. A racing game on this list? What? Pod Racing Simulator 64 is a very memorable game for me. Ever since I saw Star Wars Episode 1, I was enthralled with the pod racing. As a kid, and even to this day, I've always wanted to make a pod racer. This game has great multiplayer, and the campaign is just as fun, seeing some of my favorite Star Wars characters race. Bullseye Navier? I totally remember him from the movies. He's really good, and once you get him, it's unfair for CPUs. Yay for easy games. One word. Cleopactra. If you know this game, you know what I'm talking about. This song is among the best techno music on the console. It's just a masterpiece. And so is this game. I've looked at lots of Bomberman 64 footage. Heck, half the time I spend on this website is looking up top 10 N64 games to find new games to get. And I always thought Bomberman 64 looked boring in general, and I really didn't know what all the hype was for it. Then, I realized how similar the single player and multiplayer of Bomberman 64 looked to the single player and multiplayer of this game. And I think if I get Bomberman 64, I'll enjoy it a lot. This game just means a lot to me, and I think it's a blast to play. A Duke Nukem game on the N64 must be censored. The first M-rated game I willingly played, it was very enjoyable. While my dad said it was nowhere near as good as the originals, I still think this is a great game. I never really delved into the single player, because I still don't have a memory pack for my N64, but from what I've played in the multiplayer, I think it's an awesome game. While the controls have a weird mapping, the guns are way better than any other multiplayer shooter on the N64. This game has the best sniper hands down on the N64, which is why I like it so much. Racing games on this list. What? Wave Race 64 is one of the best games on the console. Its stunning water visuals and soundtrack really make this game a blast even today. The gameplay is also fun, with tight controls and those buoys to keep you constantly on your toes. The multiplayer of this game is a real joy too. Full of nostalgia and awesome music, Wave Race 64 is an exceptional game. Furries in an airplane? What's new? Star Fox 64, what a legend. Totally not a Star Wars ripoff, Star Fox 64 is very similar to a massive cause and effect. Based on a certain action in the level, you may take a different path, which means different story endings. It's like the movie Groundhog Day, where you're trying to reach a certain goal, and based on the different ways you attempt this goal, you will reach different outcomes, until you reach the desired outcome. Star Fox 64 also has excellent multiplayer fun, with players being able to fly, drive, or run around battlefields. An awesome game to have in any collection. I wonder what this game is like. You guys already know my opinions on how great this game is. I played the heck out of this game on the channel, and it was a blast the whole time. And you guys probably know why. The music. I don't know how, but music can just stick with you forever, and that's what almost all the songs in this game do for me. The environments are also very detailed and fun to traverse through. This game easily gets the number 3 spot on the list. 101%. Teaching kids how to math since 1999. For me, Donkey Kong 64 was a game I really didn't like that much when I was younger. As a kid, I would just go around save files and delete everything because I was a troll. I did this on the 101% file of good old Donkey Kong 64, and when I realized what I had done, I was super bummed out. Because when I had deleted that file, I lost the ability to go to Fungi Forest, which was and still is my favorite DK level of all time. Recently, when I re-earned the privilege to go to Fungi Forest, I remembered all the good times I had there, and the game is now one of my favorites. I love the multiplayer of DK64 too. I just wish I had figured out how to use it as a kid. Me and my sister were always so competitive over who got to play this thought-to-be single-player game of ours, and we were both pretty good at it, so the multiplayer definitely would have been a blast. Still, it's an awesome game, and I love it to death. Now, you guys probably saw this coming from a mile away. Which game do I always talk about that has a fabulous multiplayer, a unique single player for a racing game, and a great story? You guessed it, Micro Machines. That's right, the legendary game of our generation is not number 9, but number 1. You guys were all like, Zumpr's got to choose Diddy Kong Racing because he won't shut up about it. Or, but Zumpr, you stream this game all the time and you're so good at it, why isn't it your number 1? Well, maybe the reason I play Diddy Kong Racing so much is because the Rare Underground Recovery Group sponsoring me is the only reason I can keep the lights on. Also, when you've got the amazing gameplay and fluid camera angles that is Micro Machines, it is surpassed by nothing! All jokes aside, Diddy Kong Racing does get first. You guys have heard all the things I've said about this game, and they're all true. The story, the gameplay, the multiplayer, it's all there and it's great as always. Don't let this game's style fool you though, because this game can really test you if you don't know what you're doing. Whether it's nostalgia, or this game is actually better than people say it is, Diddy Kong Racing is my number 1 N64 game, based on my N64 collection as of July 9th, 2017. Also, don't expect this one to change in the future. If you really enjoyed this video, I've got other videos, like my reviews, and my playthrough of either Pokemon Snap or Pilotwings 64 if you're interested in either of those games. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!